Hey everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 11. New colors? I think so. But this is going to be a series between God Hates Weebs and, well, God Hates We, actually. Really does not like urine. And MarchWaden. This is in Group B, I want to say, because I just think MarchWaden can't possibly be in any group below B. He's got a lot of points from the seeding. This will be a fun one. This will be a fun one indeed. God Hates Weebs, of course. You should know this guy. Our memeiest of meme players. I really enjoy watching replays of him because he makes ridiculous stuff happen, you know? You almost can't believe it. But MarchWaden, of course... And yeah, I agree with that, Cookies. MarchWaden, of course, he is officially top tier. I mean, he placed in the finals of Jaraci Cup 9 where he went 4-2 against me. I think he only placed in... yeah, how did this happen exactly? I guess he must have placed in quarterfinals in Jaraci Cup number 10, but... I think that's only because he ended up running into Moose in the quarterfinals, where he did not win that series. I believe it went 3-2 as well, but it might have gone 3-1. Really, really good player here. So the question is, can MarchWaden deflect the meme strategies, or is God Hates Weebs going to get away with his nefarious intentions? Let's go ahead and read the info.txt, which should be attached here. Looks like MarchWaden picks Galzian for game 1. Plays Con F2, but Galzian seems to be what he wants to go for here. God Hates Weebs grabs Coalition, and MarchWaden is going to pick Canyon Outpost, where, you know, you kind of expect he would go for some, assault ship plays here, but it's actually just going to be ref mode first from him. He does start that up before Sandskimmer Fab, it's just this tech is a lot faster, so... Oh yeah, and look at that, he does build a salvager from the PC. So this is very nice macro play from MarchWaden. Seems to have the build down pretty well. And ref mode gonna finish in no seconds. It's already done. Sandskimmer gonna come out from the PC and he will go out and scout, make sure that God Hates Weebs is not playing anything funny on him, but it is God Hates Weebs, doesn't really go for rushes. He likes his air units, you know. That's definitely what he's gonna go for. Fighter and gunship is ready. Yeah, he does click on it. Oh, and look at that. 2 RU float only. Beautiful. I mean, he's got a build for this. He seems to know how it's done. Very, very nicely done by God Hates Weebs. Probe gonna check out this second base position. He knows about the PC, but unfortunately he is gonna go down here. And a base spinner actually produced by MarchWaden, which would have stopped it as well. A second base spinner, oh my gosh. Remember, he retired his base spinner at the opener. Okay, this is really interesting. Alright. Well, I guess the idea is, I guess the idea is to say I can go for extraction pressure, and if my opponent has air, because it's God Hates Weebs, you know, this is actually going to do something about it as well. I like this idea. I like this idea. We'll see how this plays out. Assault Ship Fab started for him now. Just going to go ahead and scout the second base location from God Hates Weebs. Oh, is it what he did against the... Oh, okay. It's been so long, I forgot. As in, like, you know, it's been like 4 days. Well, it's been a bit longer than that, to be fair. 2 extractions picked up here. He starts gunning toward that extraction zone. He does have a Assault Ship Fab on the way now. God Hates Weebs is building a gunship already. Carrier production upgrade looks like just a little bit late for him, but it'll be on the way pretty soon. And I expect we'll probably see a second gunship on the queue. Any minute now. Oh, it's a strike fighter. I actually really like that, because you know what I always say when we see the double gunship, and I was probably going to say it this series if we didn't do this, is that it's probably better to just have like 1 gunship and 3 strike fighters than, you know, than the 2 gunships, which your opponent can split and really reduce the damage that they take. But the double extraction definitely seems to be unnerving God Hates Weebs just a little bit. He's going to send this LAV out to see if he can do something about it, but there's actually a lot of skims here, so... MarchWaden not going to drop these extracts for sure. He's getting rating as well. You'll love to see it. Very, very nice tech. It looks like this will be our first contact on the field here. Sandskimmer versus LAV, name a more dynamic duo. Skims are faster, but this LAV is pretty close to the main base. I'd love to see God Hates Weebs drop a turret though. Yep, there it is. And he's not going to be pressured on this main. He does actually kill a skim as well, but MarchWaden gets 1 extract out, he looks to be getting a second as well. Gunship launching, Strike Fighter's launching, we'll see what he's able to do. And MarchWaden is moving his carrier out very, very early. Systems 1 teching as well. Alright, alright. This will be pretty interesting. Sand Skimmer doesn't see it yet. Ooh. I mean, MarchWaden probably suspects Eric because it's got its Weebs, you know, I mean, why wouldn't he? But he hasn't seen it yet. Looks like God Hates Weebs is actually going to wait until he gets all the Strike Fighters out. But again, no vision on this from MarchWaden. Gonna wing the skim it. Okay, now he sees it. We're gonna fly over the base runner just a little bit, but that's actually alright. He just wants to go for the PC, maybe? Do PCs still get high ground? I thought that was weird. Looks like they do. But the gunship actually hitting the salvagers is still hurting the PC as well. I think he might have a production cruiser kill here. Oh my. Yeah, he gets it. Wow. Alright. So you see, God Hates Weebs still managing to get some pretty good damage down on even a top tier player like MarchWaden. Pretty nice. Now the base runner does kill one strike fighter, he gets it a bit of veterancy, which actually means movement speed. The ball is still in God Hates Weebs' court for how he's going to finish this game here, because he needs to stop these extracts. MarchWaden is going for the very, very quick victory off of the extraction. And God Hates Weebs might not realize it either. I mean, the problem is that interceptors are coming out. He needs to stop at least one of these base runners with his air, but MarchWaden's going to have anti-air. This is going to be interesting. I don't know what God Hates Weebs does exactly. This is going to be tough. Can he stop this right now? Also, this is interesting. The air's producing light actually turns on when things are recharging. Kind of funky. Okay, here come the strike fighters. Base Spinner Heal is available. Remember, in this patch, Base Spinner Heal now actually does not stop the unit from moving, so he really does have 4 ready to go here. Here's the interceptors. These strike fighters just have to int for this base runner. There's no other choice here. AVs need to get up here as well. Oh no, they stopped moving. They really can't stop moving here. The AVs need to keep chasing. And the gunship's gonna come out too. Oh man. Okay, good smoke. Good smoke. Ooh. Gunships are hitting this too, but the AV just can't get involved. Oh, this base runner is low. It's like 300 HP. But he gets killed by the base runner anti-air and it extracts. Oh. And he just slams him out. And I agree with the analysis from chat here as well. If he would stagger the heals, he would definitely have not even been this close, but he just slams out 5 artifacts. This is 7.5 minutes in. What the heck? Well, it works for him. He wins the game. All right. MarchWaden showing he can outdo God Hates Weebs with the silly strats here. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Yeah, every game is the same in Jaraci. It's boring. It's just eco every time. Well, let's see what happens in game 2 here. That's the weakness of Gunship First. Well, I think Gunship First is nice actually, because that AoE can really force your opponent to micro when you're shooting at their salvagers there. But you're right. It didn't really do much against the base runners, but I don't know. That's not a very usual thing to see. I think that was quite surprising to see MarchWaden play it that way. God Hates Weebs really taken to heart what I said about Gunship and Strike Fighter though, right? You can see how much more value that gave him than having 2 gunships, right? Because 2 gunships, like, okay, we're gonna get, you know, 3 or 4 salvagers probably off of, like, the second base. Building a gunship and 3 strike fighters, we get 3 salvagers and the PC, right? Way better. So that's the thing though, can you really call it blind? I mean, it's God Hates Weebs, you know. I'm sure he did that because he knew, like, yeah, exactly, Rompus got it. Oh, did he? Well, yeah, I guess he did actually scout the air. Well, no, he couldn't have, because he didn't. I mean, he's playing Galzian, he doesn't have probes or anything. He built like 2 base runners before he even saw his opponent at all. By the way, playing ConF this time. Let me read our info.txt. God hates Weebs. Actually, you're right about that, by the way. He practiced this against me too, and it was like a GVG. And he builds like 3 base runners in the opener, and it's like, I just win now, I guess? And just like destroyed him. He was like, this doesn't seem to work so well. But I suppose against the God hates Weebs air style, it's definitely a lot more viable. But anyway, God hates Weebs picks Coalition again. MarchWaden grabs Con F. But it's gonna be Fire-based Krill for God hates Weebs, and this is a map where he has often gone for air, but he's often gone for ACs. I feel like he's got a couple of things that he could go for here, so we might not see the same game again. Well, I mean, well, we definitely won't. That was quite a unique thing, I guess I would say. Well, I can tell you for sure, A-Game, when he played it against me, in like the GVG matchup, it was really just terrible, because I'm up on 2 base, right, and then he gets to 2 base a lot later, and then I can just jump up to 3 and still stop the extract. It doesn't really work in the GVG. Against Coalition, I feel like it'd be even worse when you're up against someone like Descara, who really will go for, oh shoot, it's Orbit, nice. We were talking about Red Alert earlier today. But yeah, against someone like Descara who's gonna go with the LAV push, I mean, I feel like it's just gonna die instantly, like, even worse. But, against someone who goes SC first, like, yeah, I mean, maybe it's okay. 0 carry, yeah, that'd be a good idea. And then every systems upgrade gives you 1. Yeah, we really need you back, Orb. You're a lot of fun to watch. That series where you beat Descara, like, with the BCs, that was really hype. Because, like, yeah, Saban BCs apparently were a bit overtuned, but it took you to figure it out, you know. And that was a really nicely played series. It's such an upset. We need this in our game. Air, by the way, for God hates Weebs not done here. He's got AV tech instead, and he's building them too. So, looks like he is changing things around this time. 37, dang, that's really slow. Do the systems upgrades give you more than they do right now, then? Because, like, obviously in the patch the tournament was played on, they only give you 1. And mobility support gives you a little bit more than that, too. But... mobility support, by the way, man, this really has to be, like, I think more people need to look at this, you know, system here, because you can get a lot done by having, like, I mean, it's 25% speed bonus at the end. Con of Siege, great unit. Honor Guards, great unit. Con of Carrier itself, really powerful. 25% speed, that's huge, you know what I mean? Although, obviously, I guess it doesn't work so well with the Carrier, because it's gotta have power in some kind of weapon if it wants to, you know, if it wants to do something. I feel like this mobility support really just needs to be played into a little bit more by people. But we'll see if MarchWaden's interested in trying that out this game. For now, he's building a blast drone, but God hates Weebs gonna show up with the AAVs, and I think that MarchWaden's not exactly expecting this. He's up on 2 base right now, but he hasn't even started tech. Oh, actually, this could be kind of bad. We'll see what ends up happening. Often this base runner can turn out to be a little bit of a mistake, like, oh, it's not a mistake, distraction, where you cause the Coalition player to chase it with the AVs, and then it just kind of runs off to the side and buys a lot of time, but indeed, that is what we're going to see. But still, MarchWaden has to vacate some bases here, right? This is going to be tough. Hard to use aggressively unless carries front, and then you might as well have the missiles. That's true, that's true. But the PCs provide the bonus as well, which is what Orb is saying. I think it's one of these things that's not very, one of these things that's not very obvious to see how it's used, but, like, if you can, you know, if you can make it work, you can really make it work, I think. We got a heavy rail building, by the way, but it's on the other side. MarchWaden's making another PC right now. Okay, so these AVs actually are free to come in and really harass this base here. Base vulnerability spread. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Oh, and you can imagine how horrifying it'd be to play against sometimes when your opponent is, like, extracting, you know, and he just turns on the mobility support. Oh. AV's gonna get pushed off here, but MarchWaden can't mine. You know, well, I mean, he's gonna be able to mine now, but a little bit of time delayed here. Gonite's Weebs didn't exactly have the expand off the back of it, but I believe that he is going for the sport. Yeah, that's a sport cruiser there, so. I mean, you'd say his eco is still not quite as strong, but it's not bad. I feel like he's in an okay position as Gonite's Weebs, because he's got a lot more potential to harass right now. And this heavy railgun here is going to feel quite hunted as well. Missile ship denies a probe here. I mean, that's an obvious sign of the blind counter. Actually, I should have pointed this out, but the missile ship was teched before railguns and assault ships, so. Base runner here going to be harassed as it has the artifact. Gonite's Weebs really has to run this, but honestly, the Con of Carrier might just be able to kill it already. It's at about half health now. AVs want to see if they can make a push back in, but these guys have retreated a little bit too far, I think. This allows MarchWaden to kind of bring everyone who's on the defense over to this side. Barrage is good. Assault rails are here too, but there's smoke. Oh, the missile. Oh, and honestly, this is what's so, like, very fun to watch and very frustrating to play against about MarchWaden, is he always lands these missiles. Ooh, near miss right there. Very nearly killed one as well. Still though, we are going to see salvagers go down, but it's not so much. Like, imagine if these AAVs were up on the third base right now. That's where this would be really, really impactful for Gonite's Weebs. But he is going to get the second salvager, I think. Oh, just barely not. 96 HP on this guy. Does manage to survive. But Gonite's Weebs, as you can see, is up on his 3 base now. He does have Assault Cruiser tech canceled, actually. He went for railguns. I thought he was going to... I mean, he was teching Assault Cruisers, but... he went back on that. We have kind of siege teching from MarchWaden. So he starts with assault ship tech, actually. It is true, it's Casper's curse. Once I said he lands his missiles, he missed one. But Gonite's Weebs is going to get the extract out. Oh, he's got so far to go still. It's a funny thing with the perspective and the extraction. If you want to know exactly where it is, you always look straight down and you'll be able to see it. Mag XL coming out for Gonite's Weebs here. He's got a lot of railguns on the field already, so he's not going to die to these assault rail pushes here. But Con of Siege, that's what I'm really interested in. This is going to be more so difficult for Gonite's Weebs to deal with, I think. Armor 3, though. Armor 3 and Mag XL. I mean, he's ready to fight. And he's taking his systems. He's got one extract out. Carrier's unlocked. He wants to make a play with these mid-game units. Or mid-tier units. I don't think I've ever actually seen Gonite's Weebs playing this way. This is pretty cool. the most standard way to play the game. I don't think I've ever seen him do this. But that's telling, isn't it? Missile ship here, getting poked by the AAVs, but the railguns actually have a shot right here. Here come the missiles though, and this is where you really gotta watch out against Gonite's Weebs. Drops the railgun there. Or sorry, against MarchWaden. Missile ship lives too, by the way, on 180 HP. That's actually pretty big. Because probes are really powerful when you have railguns out, so he does want to be able to catch those if he can. Assault railguns are looking for a play, but this seems risky to me. Well, they catch a railgun for free here. There's no dart mover here for MarchWaden, so I don't think they have a way out. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't take one assault railgun for one railgun. Well, but look at that. Or, sorry, 4 assault railguns it is. But that's the thing, he only loses 2. And these guys stay alive. Going for flank on the other side, too. And this actually looks really scary. There's even a heavy railgun in tow. But that means that, that means there's not really, like, much response to the railguns on this flank, to be honest with you. I could see this working for either player, to be honest, but Gonite's Weebs is definitely going to start losing base here, except he's got the turret in a nice position. Okay, we're going to have to keep our eyes on that, but we have to watch this flank too. These railguns are going to melt, it looks like. More systems upgrades coming out for Gonite's Weebs, but he is going to lose the SC here. Carrier getting shot by AVs now. It's a staple of DOK action. Con of Siege tech is done, right? But how can you build Con of Siege right now when this carrier is like in the front line being shot at by the railguns here? Oh man. Yeah, he might actually lose his carry here, and the turret is holding off the flank amazingly. The SC did die. That's not the worst thing in the world, because, like, he's going to be able to push MarchWaden off of the base here, too, for sure. Gets another extract out, too, brings the scoreline to 3-0. This is spectacular. He might actually win, you know, like a normal game for once. Can you believe that? Okay, he needs to be careful though, because his health bars are running pretty low. This heavy railgun's doing a lot of damage as well. But this kind of carry we're down to 50% HP. Who did he get to play this game for? Yeah, that's a good question. Missile ship gonna tank the turret. Nice. I like this. Oh well, actually it was a good idea, but then he didn't actually do anything with it. He's got dart maneuver now, by the way. Not quite using it here. Carry's getting low. Carry's getting really low, actually. It can outspeed the Coalition carry when he powers it up, but right now he doesn't have any power in that system. He's preferring to use the missiles. But I don't think that MarchWaden can really... Like, actually, these AAVs should go to this hill here, because God Weebs just wants to kill the railguns right as they spawn, but they're bunching up a lot, and they take a lot of damage to these missiles. Full power into the healing now from MarchWaden, but he's really got to have it in speed. He needs to get out of here. God Weebs has a lot of power in the weapons. He can actually put even more in, though. He could drop one from range and one from armor, and then get 4 in the weapons, but he's going to kill MarchWaden. And he finishes him off. Nice. It's a 1-to-1. He plays a normal style for once, and he wins. Wow, alright. I love it. That's actually a really big deal here, because obviously, you know, with hottest man ever in the group, we're kind of looking at elimination from upper brackets, so that's really good. Nicely done. Hold up, I need to check the standings real quick. Oh, well, I don't want to spoil anything for me, but... MarchWaden versus hottest man ever, he went 1-1, right? Could MarchWaden get eliminated from upper bracket here? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, this is game 2. They went 1-1. We're gonna have to... Okay. Thanks for watching, by the way, YouTube, outro, whatever.